Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of the Daily Brief. Yes, it's coming later than usual, but because we wanted to make it that way, there is a breaking news that actually came out a few moments ago, less than 3 hours ago. The U.S. Supreme Court has now ruled that President Trump's tariffs are illegal. Yeah, we broke that news on the alerts. If you go to your alerts, you actually see all the headlines that we broke this afternoon towards the evening UK time, towards early hours of trading in the morning in on New York. The U.S. Supreme Court has now ruled that President Trump's tariff are illegal. As a matter of fact, the ruling was against President Trump by about 6-3. So, six judges of the Supreme Court actually, or justices of the Supreme Court actually ruled in favor. And three actually dissented. The three that even dissented, they didn't actually say the tariff were legal. They basically dissented because they felt perhaps the refund might actually be a big problem for the U.S. to refund close to about $170 billion, which could actually cause a whole lot of disruption for the U.S. Treasury Department, for the U.S. economy as well. So, for you as an investor, what does this actually mean? Does this actually mean the market will take this as a very positive one? If we check what the market has done, it's been very, very, very choppy and very, very unpredictable. If you actually look at the S&P 500, let's go to that. If you go to the S&P 500, you could actually see a huge jump when that when that judgment was announced. And along the line, the market, was positive. Now is a bit, lukewarm. So the market is still digesting the implication of this. What does this mean? Will this bring inflation down? Will this also make the cost of goods and services to be a bit cheaper going forward? President Trump could still try to use other means to impose this tariff, but as it is, the EU, the UK, and every other trading partners or key trading partners of the US will actually be responding to this. And the EU also said they are getting ready to have more further discussion with the US concerning this tariff, because now maybe almost immediately the US might not be able to charge this tariff directly, going forward, or even indirectly, because the Supreme Court has made that ruling. So for us, we think maybe by Monday going into next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the market might have actually properly digested this. A whole lot of consumer staples companies that actually import a whole lot of goods and services into the US will be benefiting from this if this tariff is stopped almost immediately. Amazon, Walmart, major retailers, and even companies that import a whole lot of raw materials into the US could actually see a huge reduction in the cost of doing business, in the cost of their goods and services. That's that. Now, we will be having our event, our special event, our annual review for members. That will be next week, Saturday, 7:30 p.m. UK time. Please check your time zone, check your time, check your calendar, whichever time zone you belong in the US, North America, Canada, West Africa, Eastern Africa, or even Australia. So please check your calendar and make sure you do not miss our annual members event. Yes, it will be recorded live. It will be recorded and we'll also upload it, on the premium video section. But we don't want anyone to actually miss this if you do not have to miss it. So we'll be sending out all the communication over the weekend on how you can join with the link and everything. Is going to be via Google Meet. The session, like I said, will be recorded. We'll record it via also Gemini as well, taking the notes so that we can have a detailed report of the annual event. Now, what should you be expecting? You should be expecting guidance, our strategy, and also how we want to actually approach investing in this 2026. Yes, the year is now almost getting very much started. We're about getting close to March, and so we are no longer at the beginning of the year, quote and unquote, but we are now basically starting the year in full gear, because most companies have actually released their fourth quarter 2025 results and their full year 2025. We heard from Palantir, that was a record record result. We've heard from Apple, we've heard from Microsoft, from Google, from all of the tech giants, even from all the companies that we own that are not also are not also into the tech business. So we'll be able to now put things into perspective. This was what we were actually waiting for, to get better perspective, to get detailed information about what happened next year, and now we can actually take our investing journey into the new year. So that's the first thing we'll be looking at. What's the approach going into the new year? We'll also be looking at how do we play very, very active investing investing activity in the Nigerian stock market. In fact, at the beginning of this year, the Nigerian stock market has done record numbers. As a matter of fact, our own Stockertim Nigerian portfolio has already done more than 40% just between January and now. Yeah, is this going to return? Perhaps continue into the full year? Is this still a bubble that is actually breathing up? It's the Nigerian market really turning the corner fully. We've seen what the Naira has done. We'll be discussing that in full gear. We'll also be looking at our NGX champion, some of those companies, what we actually think about these companies. We are mostly very, very much more exposed to the financial services sector, because they actually meet most of the criteria that we look at. But we have new constituents like MTN Group, we have Aradel. So we will be discussing this. Also, the major IPOs that will be happening on the NGX and also on the US stock market this year. We'll be having OpenAI, we'll be having Anthropic, we'll be having maybe Databricks. All of this, we have so much to discuss. And more importantly, we'll be discussing the strategy to building a long-term and sustainable portfolio. We'll be having a practical session where every investor will actually be shown how we started as Stockertim, how we design our portfolio, and how we actually balance our portfolio. A whole lot of investor see their portfolio go red when a particular sector goes red, or maybe a particular sector is underperforming or not doing well. What exactly is a very, very balanced and sustainable portfolio. We believe it's multi-market, multi-asset, and multi-sector kind of portfolio. We'll be looking at all of this. Some of this might actually look like jargons, but I'm just trying to make sure we get excited ahead of our event, because it is our day. It's our day to actually make a mark, to actually understand how we actually want to become a more successful investor. We don't necessarily chase the hype. We actually have to have that long-term view of what we do, by taking ourselves more seriously and taking a more scientific approach into how we invest. Not necessarily just about the charts or the numbers, but basically understanding why we understand the business that we invest in, why we understand the team that actually run those businesses, why we actually want to be in those sectors. We've seen what AI is doing. We've seen all the controversy around it, the secular deals. We've seen the agentic AI taking center stage, and agents are being used to do amazing things. All of these are going to be part of what we'll be discussing. So please make it a date. Next Saturday, I will talk about this event, this preparation to this event all through next week. We'll be having episode in DailyBrief episode Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which is just a day before the event. So Saturday 28, 7:30 p.m. UK time. Check your local time so that you can actually be available. Every detail on how you can join and how you can make sure you are able to attend the event will be sent in Monday bulletin, We'll also send these details, the invitation and everything on weekend directly into your inbox. Thank you so much. I will be seeing everyone at the event this Saturday. It's a special invitation, as a special episode to actually invite everyone and talk about this event. I'm very, very excited. I'll see you in our normal daily brief on Monday. We'll also talk about what we should be expecting for the event. Thank you. Take care and bye bye.